in different ways. You got people under you now. You got different movements. Can you tell the hood a little bit about what you got going on in 2013?
Well, basically, in a nutshell, I started the Southern Smoke brand, which I'm most notable for in 2003. And that I was doing that when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward into 2013, it's been 10 years in the game. And for the last 10 years, I've been playing music. I've been breaking music. But for the next 10 years ahead, I want to be creating music, you know what I'm saying, that people play. You know what I mean? So I've got several different avenues that I'm going to be doing that with. And I'll explain in a second what I mean by that. But that's really in a nutshell what's going on. So as far as the Southern Smoke brand right now, people see me grind real hard with that, with the mixtapes, the breaking artists. And now I'm finally ready to put out my first debut DJ album. It's going to be a lot different than the other DJ albums that you are accustomed to. Shout out to all the DJs that have ever, put out a successful album. Your Clues, your Flexes, your Khaled's, your Dramas. You know what I'm saying? But now it's time for you to step up to the plate and put mine out. And mine's going to be sonically a lot different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the usual formula that you might be accustomed to. So, as far as the executive producer on the project, I got Grammy-nominated drummer boy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the concept of the album, I really can't say much, of course. I don't want to put, any ideas out there or put that, talk about stuff that ain't official yet. But
Definitely.
What I can say is the concept of the album is reminiscent of Chronic 2001, which was one of my favorite albums of all time. Some people like the Chronic. I personally like Chronic 2001. And instead of Dr. Dre, I got Drummer Boy. And instead of the Chronic, we got Southern Smoke. So,
okay,
that's what we got going on with that. But then, again, to reiterate, the first 10 years of my music industry lifespan, I've been branding myself. I've been selfish, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've done a very good job in the last 10 years of being as selfish as I could possibly be with myself, you know what I'm saying? So now for the next 10 years, for as far as the DJ community is concerned, I want to break two new superstars. And we calling that the Loud Pack. 10 years ago I gave you Southern Smoke. The next 10 years, I'm giving you Southern Smoke plus the Loud Pack. And the Loud Pack is not a coalition, it's a DJ crew, and it's something that I'm modeling off of seeing how successful Rick Ross was with the Maybach music.
okay,
I like that triangle offense he has with Wale and Meek Mill, and I'm implementing the same situation in DJ culture. It's going to be a triangle offense.
okay.
And who I got with me is a female DJ by the name of DJ Duffy from Dallas, Texas. She's incredible. She's going to be, my vision is, for her is, she's going to be the Nicki Minaj of DJs. Point blank, period.
What separates her from the other female DJs?
You're going to find out. And you can start by going on to Instagram.com/IWantDJDuffy.
Okay.
And then the other person I got in my triangle is a real young cat. He just turned 21. I'll put money up behind him to battle anybody. His skills are crazy. He's from my neck of the woods. I represent Tampa, Florida. He's from St. Pete, Florida, which is like the county right next to Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So we're neighbors. You know what I mean? And his name is DJ Surefire.
Okay.
And my vision for him, he's the Meek Mill of this DJ shit. Young, raw, talented, gifted, ready to go head to head with anybody. You know what I'm saying? He got a big appetite, and I'll put money behind that.
Did it take you?
You got Meek Mill, you got Nicki Minaj, and of course you got the boss right here.
Okay, I feel you got that Lakers triangle offense, like you said. What stood out of from those two DJs? I know it was a lot of other people that you probably had your eye on. What stood out between those two that made you want to go ahead and and kind of put everything on the back burner and focus on, the loud pack?
Well, nothing's on the back burner. Everything's front and center, and everything is, power and numbers. So, nothing's on the back burner. It's joined forces. You know what I mean? But I want to do something for the DJ culture. You know what I mean? Like, I put a lot of time and effort into myself, and it's nothing like having a team with you. And it's nothing like breaking somebody brand new. You know what I mean? We're all accustomed to the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is you don't really see DJs breaking other DJs.
You don't.
You see DJs with coalition, and that's it. You never really seen a DJ go out their way to break another DJ. That's where I'm gonna be different. You know what I mean? So, I can show you better than I can tell you. So why don't you just go research yourself, Instagram.com/IWantDJDuffy, BUFFEY, Instagram.com/DJ Surefire, SHUREFIRE, and, get and see what they got going on in their movement. And you tell me the reason why I think what I think.
That's what it is.
I see what I see.
That's what it is, man. And looking you up, man, and going through your history, being young and getting it out here and touring around the world and being in this hip-hop culture right now, it seems like the game is open. It is open for change. What do you plan on doing, with your album? Are you going to just straight do it independent, or you shooting for the majors with this one?
I'm not really at liberty to discuss that yet. You're just gonna see. We gotta drop a single pretty shortly.
Okay.
And you're gonna see what we got going on. I'd rather just keep the details to a minimum, like I have. You know what I'm saying? Until the body of work comes out. But that's like I just basically in a nutshell, I can show you better than I can tell you. I'd rather you see it, hear it, smell it, live it, breathe it. You know what I'm saying? And then ask me that question again after you've done that. So I'd rather you just, check it out when it comes out.
Cool. So for people that don't know, man, people that have been under a rock, that may not be too familiar with the brand that you created, can you tell us a little bit about where it all originated from, and what was your initial expectation of your brand? You say you started when you was in high school. How everything developed, and what was that turning point that you felt that made you, a known name in the game?
Well, it all started when I wanted to create a demo CD to get me into the local nightclub circuit. And I told my best friend who used to live in New York about my demo CD idea, and he told me that DJs up there already make CDs called mixtapes, but no one did them down south. So he had me listen to Clue, Envy, Hoop Kid mixtapes, Green Lantern, and K-Slay, and I created my own and passed them around in high school. And I wanted to do something with my mixtapes, though, that was different. Since I lived in Florida, I wanted to represent the Southern hip-hop music culture because, especially at that time, no one was representing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how the Southern Smoke mixtape series began. Everybody knows mixtapes was a New York, East Coast thing. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to take what I saw that they had going on and bring it down south. And it just so happened that in 2003, when I did it, that's when crunk music really was just starting to come about.
I remember
that's
that.
Little John, Bone Crusher, Young Blood,
Scrappy.
all that type of music started coming out. So I was really at the forefront of it. So since I was so early with it, when that music really hit the fucking scene, they needed a place to go look for it. Like, where is this coming from? Where can I find it? I want more. It was on the Southern Smoke mixtape series. You know what I'm saying? And the Southern Smoke mixtape series is like a piece of history. Like, you could go grab one of them older tapes, listen to it, and remember what you was doing in school. Remember, being on the bus and pumping it, and what was going on in your life at that time. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that was that. You know what I mean? And, to even give you more further description, the reason why I made a demo CD in the first place like I told you, I wanted to get in the nightclubs. I was still in high school, though. I was too young to just get into a club, first of all, and then I wouldn't be allowed in the club because of my age. And then, you know, once I'm in the club, how do I let them know how I spin? You know what I mean? They've never heard of me, seen me ever. Like, so I thought the best way was to come up with a demo CD to figure out how I would spin. You know what I mean? So that's what the whole purpose of it was. But when people started passing it around, requesting for copies and stuff like that, it just slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? Just word of mouth. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was a pioneer with it at that time. You know, no one was really doing it like that.
Yeah, I remember that, man. And even up here in the Midwest, if we wanted some of that down south hood music, then we went to them Southern Smokes tapes. And
exactly.
And this was
after I had dropped it, and people saw how successful I was with it, they wanted a piece. So, you know, they tried to do their own. I saw people try to take the Southern Smoke name and try to make a mixtape series that sounded similar. You know what I mean? And this, that, and the third. But it all fell off because people know the real. You know what I'm saying? People know the organic shit and, you know, the history with it. And, I mean, the dope thing about it is you know, even my first Southern Smoke, my first host on a Southern Smoke series was a local Florida artist. At that time, he was going by the name Rated R, and he had a hot record in Tampa featuring Little John at the time. So my host started getting bigger and bigger from volume to volume after that. And by the time I got to volume 6, I had, you know, the hip-hop pioneer Uncle Luke, 2 live co-hosted. Okay. And that was crazy and exclusive because, you know, Uncle Luke had never hosted a mixtape before, and I got him to do it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know Uncle Luke. I mean, he's the reason why we have parental advisory stickers on albums today. He fought for freedom of speech to the Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that made my series really co-signed. And then, you know, I've had a history of T.I. did a collect call from prison. You know what I'm saying? Hosting a tape. C. Murder, again, he's on death row, fucking collect call hosting a tape. I had Master P host a tape. I had Pimp C. I'm the only DJ ever had Pimp C host a mixtape. Straight out of prison. First thing he did was host a Southern Smoke mixtape.
That's
you know what I mean? So I've had a lot of success, you know, in terms of that. And then as far as, you know, working with indie artists, I hosted Drake's first mixtape back in 2006. He was still on the Degrassi TV show when we did it.
You did that?
I did B.O.B.'s first major mixtape, Cloud 9. I did Yo Gotti, Cocaine Music Volume 1. I helped A&R Yo Gotti's last mixtape, Cocaine Music 7. So, I mean, I've had a lot of history, you know what I mean, when it comes to classics for mixtapes under my belt. I'm the only DJ Drake's ever done a mixtape with. You know, he did 2 other mixtapes after that, no DJ. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I got a lot of history out here, and I continue to, you know, to still do mixtapes, because you can never stop what you started. Like, no matter how big I get, no matter what kind of shit I got going on, TV, radio, whatever shit I got going on in the future, you know what I'm saying? I'll never stop making mixtapes, because you can't ever stop what helps you get there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Cannot.
That's what it is. These days, man, it's a lot of rappers now. It's a lot of people. Everybody wants to be a rapper. What does it take for an artist to reach out to you, man? And for you, do you have to believe in their music to co-sign it, or you know, what's the steps that an artist got to do to get a big stage hosted by DJ Smallz?
Well, it ain't hard to get at. You know, I ain't one of the hardest people to get at. I'm probably one of the easiest DJs to get at. I'm probably one of the most misunderstood DJs to get at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's you know, I always like for people to meet me, come see me. I like to see, you know, artist personality, how they come up to me with the CD, what their CD look like. You know what I mean? I kind of like to put everything together, but if you can't reach me in person, you can definitely catch me online. You know what I'm saying? DJSmalls.com/contact. That's the easiest or the fastest way to get a hold of me. But, you know, obviously, you know, in an in-person meeting, you know, whether it's one of my events or on one of my tour
Yeah, man, you definitely looked out on this tip, man, and from the Hood Illustrated end, man, I'm gonna try to. You're known everywhere, but I'm gonna try to do my piece and keep it alive up here in the Midwest, and when you end up coming up here, we have a nice little project that people can get signed and they'll know what's coming on. I want to be able to introduce to them that you got a new project coming and lay that foundation, that pre-promotion before you actually drop.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, and I'm not gonna keep you on forever, man. I guess we're just gonna get some. If you can just give us some last words to the hood, man. I mean, you out here, you know the game. When you speak, people should listen. So I want you to give some of the readers some game, man. Let them know, what's up, what they should be doing, what they should check out, and how to go ahead and be successful in this rap shit.
Well, I mean, the bottom line, I got two things to say. I got advice for DJs and advice for artists. Advice for DJs is keep breaking new music and new artists. It's the only way hip-hop music can survive. My advice to artists would be creative and think outside the box. Everyone's seen how successful Soulja Boy was with YouTube because it never been done before. Now everyone has YouTube. It's saturated. So, I mean, just be creative and think outside the box. Taco Bell says think outside the bun. You know what I mean? Just think. I mean, everybody does the same shit and it ain't hard. I found my lane when it comes to the DJ shit. I saw what was missing or what wasn't happening and I filled the void.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I did it. You know what I mean? But aside from that, look out for the Southern Smoke album as far as the Southern Smoke brand. Look out for the Loud Pack, the DJ crew, starring myself, DJ Duffy, DJ Surefire. Look out for Thoroughbred. That's a clothing and merch management company. Look out for the Prescription, a production and publishing company. Look out for Teamwork, a viral marketing and online management company. And look out for Smokers Only. That's the artist management and development company I'm working on. So look out for all those brands in the next 10 years. I'm writing a book right now for my first 10 years in the music industry. My perspective of the industry right now as it is, what I see in the future, and, what I've done and, wasn't able to accomplish in my first 10 years and how I felt, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm going to work on the next book after my next 10 years, God willing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to definitely put a book out right now in my perspective because, I noticed that a lot of music industry books, they're written after people are retired or, people are done and, it's not relatable. I want a book that, to read from somebody in my perspective, so that's what I'm working on right now as well.
All right, that's dope, man. You got a lot of things on the table, man. Do you want to give a shout out?
You can reach out to me for any consultation, mixtape hosting, production, beats, parties, bookings, breaking your music. Send me a message, djsmalls.com/contact. That's the best way to get at me. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Hood Illustrated for always holding me down. And this that Southern Smoke.